here. Let me put this down here. Guys, my name is Tom Fell. My name's a sentence. Subject, verb, period, human man. Normally, later in the night, it gets a lot dirtier. You know, they said I write for Cards Against Humanity. It's a dirty game. But guys, I can tell you, it's a whole lot of clean right here, y'all. I think I got a few swear words up my sleeve, though. Man, and I also got to do a disclaimer here. I'm also, not a guitar comic, so, we can all breathe a sigh of relief. I'm not going to do a bunch of parody songs or anything. Though beforehand, I was practicing some of my bits, and I was like, man, I got 30 minutes to do whatever the hell I want. It'd be hilarious to just go up and do Bare Naked Ladies covers for 30 minutes straight. It's like, hey guys, my name is Tom Fell. It's been 1 week and just not stop. In reality, I'm a very boring man. I'm incredibly boring. I'm edging 30. And as I get older, I get more and more boring every single day. And as an example, I had a friend to come back from New Orleans. He went on a trip to New Orleans. And he got back, and I was like, hey, dude, it's good to see you again, man. And I was like, how's New Orleans? And he was like, oh, yeah, it was good. And my first question was not, what did you do? But I looked at him and I said, what airport did you fly out of? And he said, O'Hare. And I said, cool. I said cool because I know O'Hare is slightly easier to get to via public transit. But honestly, if he would have said Midway, I would have said cool too. Because I see the pros and cons in each airport. So I was like, nice, man. And my next question was, what airline did you fly? And he said American Airlines, and I said badass. I took a moment to think, and I said, American Airlines out of O'Hare. That ought to be Terminal 3, isn't it? And he said, yeah, you're right, I did fly out of Terminal 3. And I said, oh, you lucky dog. Because I knew that Terminal 3 has more restaurants that you could possibly eat at. It's true, it's a great terminal, y'all. Spend some time in Terminal 3. So I was like, well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you had a good trip. And he was like, yeah, man, it's good to see you again. And so then I went back to what I was doing before, y'all, which was watching a storm roll in. It was a great storm. It was worth it. Who needs Netflix when you got Doppler radar, baby? That's what I always say. Just give me the Weather Channel and Jim Cantori. Man, yeah, getting older, like I said, I'm super boring. I got really excited because I bought a spice rack recently. I got really psyched at my spice rack. Because I was looking at it and I was like, I'm really, I'm maturing, I'm really growing up. Got a spice rack, I'm making moves in life. Because before, when I was a boy, I had maybe a few non-exotic spices, like salt and pepper, and I kept them in my cabinet all willy-nilly, But now I'm a man. I've got an entire library for my tasty dust. Got spices from far-off lands. One of them's called Gateway to the North. Put it on bacon, ooh, baby, it's good. I'm a very non-confrontational guy, if you can't tell already. Just here to make friends tonight, guys. That's all I'm here to do. I got done hosting a show a few nights ago, and still warm out. It was a beautiful night. I was in an Uber home, and I had a really fun show. It was a good time. It really reminded me why I love comedy. And I had the window rolled down, and I was just enjoying the night. My Uber driver was silent, just could kind of see I was in the zone. And we pulled up to a stoplight. And there was a group full of good-looking college gals right beside me. And I was just kind of like off in space, whatever, staring. And the girl in the front rolled down her window and kind of looked at me, and I caught her off the corner of my eye. So I looked at her, gave her a smile, and she said, "Hey, you're a pussy." And like, I was so taken aback by it, I was not expecting that. And so like, I thought in my mind, I was like, should I say anything? I was like, no, Tom, you gotta play it cool. Kill him with kindness. So what I did was I just smiled and gave her a thumbs up. Just like that. And then she turns to the rest of her friends and she says, "Hey, he likes it." And then they all started chanting, "Pussy, pussy, pussy." And then they drove away. And I was like, I did the mature thing, but also I was like, man, Tom, like, you're a comedian, dude. Like, you should be able to stand up for yourself. You should be able to come up with a witty comeback for that at least, But I was like, well, in her defense, when she called me a pussy, I was looking up at the stars thinking, boy, life sure is a beautiful adventure sometimes. Just let God take control. I've been going to a lot of weddings as I get older, which is fun. I love weddings. Weddings are a lot of fun. Especially, I've got a girlfriend, so you go to each other's friends' weddings and all that. So it multiplies the amount of weddings you go to. So go to tons. Wedding themed. Got a whole wardrobe, everything. I love weddings. They're great. But the one thing that I've come to hate at the weddings is in the ceremony, and it's the priest. Okay, I've been going to a lot of Catholic weddings, and it's not as much the actual priest as it is the priest humor. All right? Does anyone kind of know what I'm talking about? Catch my drift? Priest humor as a comedian is infuriating. Okay? Because we're up here, we're really working hard to get our laughs. We put in a lot of time and effort writing. It's original. And we maybe get 4 or 5 laughs and we feel good. But a priest has 200 captive audience members, and they just absolutely kill all the time. Afterwards, people come up to the priest and be like, "Father Michaels, great ceremony. You are hilarious. You should do comedy." He's like, oh, the Lord is my calling. And I'm sitting here in the corner being like, "Oh boy, that makes me mad." And what makes me even more pissed is that the jokes that they do are hack jokes, okay? If you've been to enough weddings, I've seen different priests do the same joke. It's the same every time. The priest, after they read 1 Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind, all of that, they'll turn to the groom and they'll say, "Hey, buddy, I got 2 words for a successful marriage." "Yes, honey!" And it'll kill. I mean, y'all were so-so on it for good reason, because you love comedy. But it's a terrible joke. It's a hack joke. That's what pisses me off the most. Number 2, also, it's terrible marriage advice, all right? Everybody knows when you get married, you want someone who's equally yoked, You want someone who can challenge you, You don't want somebody who just says, "a yes, dear," all the time. So, I get so mad at weddings because I see this priest do this dumb humor, and then I'm like, "Tom, dude, you gotta chill." Because the priest is just a dumb virgin. He doesn't know a thing about marriage or sex. And Tom, you're homecoming king 2016, baby. You slurp puss every chance you get. Woo! Turn it around, got prom king 2017 too. Slurped even more puss. Ugh. See, I told you I had a few dirty cards up my sleeve. So now I got Spank myself for that. Take a sip of the devil's juice. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. I'm a copywriter. I love that marketing shit. Oh man, yeah. I'm a bit of a latecomer to this, and so like I said, I'm 29 years old, and I'll be real honest with you guys. I just started smoking weed. For the first time in my life, I just started smoking weed, become a real disciple of the ganj. Really love the green. And so, like, I feel like I'm like 10 or 15 years too late to smoking weed, you know? Like, so I'm kind of doing, y'all would appreciate this. You're wearing a raw smoking paper sweatshirt. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man, I love that. They've been so awesome all night too. Give it up for them, bro. Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah, y'all been great. Yeah, so like I've been smoking a lot of weed recently, so I've just done like all the stuff that like you do when you're a stoner, but when you're like 15 or 16. You know? So like the other day I got really high at my house by myself, and I was like, the time is now, Tom. You've got to do it. It's time to listen to Dark Side of the Moon. While blazed. I'm like, it's no surprise, y'all, I love classic rock. So, I've listened to it many a time sober, but I was like, this is the time. So, I pulled up the YouTube app and watched it on my TV, and they're like, there's no video to Dark Side of the Moon, other than The Wizard of Oz, but I've already done that. But so, like, I just watched the album cover on the screen while the whole album played, and I was high as shit, and I was like, oh my God. And like, I audibly exclaimed to myself, I've never heard so much music! And it was then I was like, man, weed is the perfect drug if you want to hear more music per song. It really is. Really maximizes the amount of notes. You can really hear the heartbeat at the beginning and the end of Dark Side of the Moon. Who knew? This guy knows. He's like 30 years ahead of me. Oh man, but it's like, I know I'm not breaking any new ground by saying this, but like after having been a real big alcohol boy since I was of legal age, of course, it's like, man, weed is so much safer than alcohol, 100%. Like, it's insane. I mean, we could get into all the reasons why weed is illegal and alcohol is legal, but I want to keep you all in a good mood. But like, it's insane because like, once I started smoking weed, I was like, I take 5 hits of weed and I'm like, I think about driving and I'm like, whoa. No way, buddy. You leave that to the professionals, all right? Leave that to the bus drivers. Let the bus drivers handle all the driving. They know what they're talking about. But I get like 5 shots of whiskey in me and I'm like, hey, who's got the keys? I'm driving us to Hammond. Make sure you view Hammond, Indiana as a good destination. All right, I want to, not to bring things down too much, but I want to switch gears a bit. When they asked me to headline this, I was like, oh, this will be the perfect opportunity to kind of do what I've been meaning to do for a while. Because a year ago, it was about this time that we lost someone in our culture who, in my opinion, was a big stalwart. And as a fan of classic rock, he was a great Tom, y'all. And it was about a year ago we lost Tom Petty, okay? And I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. So what I wanted to do with some of my time tonight is pay tribute to Tom Petty and just play one of his songs, okay? So just give me a second to set up, and feel free to sing along if you know the song. All right, it's a pretty, I think you all know it. Yeah, grab my pick here. She grew up in the Indiana town, had a good-looking mama who never was around. She grew up tall, she grew up right with them Indiana boys on them Indiana nights. And it's Last Dance with Mary Jane, one more chance to kill the pain. And I feel the summer creeping in, 'cause I'm tired of this town again. Last Dance with Mary Jane. Hey. There are a couple more of those coming. So I really got to lean into that tonight. Oh, big sports bar fan, huh? We got any sports fans in the house? Woo, love going to sports bars, huh? Yeah, sports bars, baby. Sports bars are, in my opinion, the most easily repeatable business model in all of America. All over the place. You walk into a sports bar and the bartender says, "Hey, buddy, what can I get you?" And you're like, "Well, sir, I'm here to watch the big game." And he says, "Which one, buddy? We got all of them." And you say, "Well, sir, I'm here to watch the locals versus the out-of-towners." And he says, "You're in luck, buddy. We got that on 80% of these TVs." And you say, "That's great, but boy, I sure am parched." And he says, "Well, pal, you're in luck. Bud Light's on special. It's $6. And you say, "Boy, that's quadruple the price that I pay at the grocery store. It must be good." And he says, "Yeah, buddy, it is. And instead of a little can, it comes in a big metal barrel." And you say, "Well, isn't that kind of a big can?" And he says, "Yeah, it is. Here's your beer, wise ass." And you say, "Hey, who you calling wise ass, barkeep?" He says, "Whoa, buddy, take it easy now. That's how we have fun around here. We call each other mean names when we like each other." And you say, "Huh, that's fun and the opposite of customer service. What do you got to eat?" And he says, "Buddy, we got cheeseburgers, we got wings, and we got potato skins." And you say, "Boy food." I love boy food. My old lady never lets me have boy food at home. And he says, "Here, it's good to be a guy." And you say, "Wow, this place is amazing. I never want to leave." He says, "Well, buddy, that's the catch. The mayor says you got to get out of here by 2 a.m. And you say, "Well, I guess that is about my bedtime. But can I ever come back?" And he says, "Yeah, pal, we open at 12 noon. You can join all the folks over there." And you look and you see a bunch of people, and you say, "Wow, who are those people?" And he says, "Well, they're called locals fans, but I call them alcoholics. And if you play your cards right, you can have sex with one of them." And you say, "Wow, this is the greatest place I've ever been. Go Locals!" And you catch the game. She was an American girl, raised on promises. She couldn't help thinking there's a little more to life snorkeling, which was fun. Love swimming. So I went to go get a Speedo and some goggles at a sporting goods store. I was checking out. The cashier looks at me and she says, "Sir, would you like to buy the insurance plan?" And I said, "Insurance plan? For what?" And she says, "The goggles." And I said, "Goggle insurance? Do I look like the kind of idiot who would buy goggle insurance? Because I am. Tell me more." And she said, "Well, it's actually a pretty good deal. You pay $6 now and we give you a $24 gift card. So you can come back and get another pair of goggles when your pair of goggles starts to leak." And I was like, "Nah, that's not a bad deal. $6 now for a $24 gift card to buy another pair of goggles? I could really spend it on anything I wanted." But then I was like, wait, why don't they just take the $6 from me and put it into R&D and make a better pair of goggles? So I said to the woman, she said, "Well, sir, I don't know. Are you going to buy the insurance plan or not?" And I said, "Well, I mean, I was thinking about it, but I was like, I don't want to be the kind of idiot who buys goggle insurance, but I also don't want to be the schmuck with burning red eyes while all the Asian ladies that I swim with are cackling at me because I'm the fool who didn't buy the goggle insurance." So here I am debating on whether I should buy goggle insurance or not buy goggle insurance, which I didn't even know existed 10 minutes prior. So I thought about it and I said, you know, it's worth it. I'll take the goggle insurance. And I walked out the most gullible man in the entire world. And the joke was on me because 1 month later, Sports Authority went bankrupt. And you know what? I can see why, because they were a predatory business who preyed on buffoons like me, selling them goggle insurance that's now completely worthless. A $24 Sports Authority gift card and a pair of leaky goggles. Red eyes. We're going back. I can't listen to any Tom Petty for weeks leading up to that. Oh boy, man, the news sure is depressing, huh? Boy, really gets you down. Like I was reading the news this past week, and I saw legendary jazz critic Nat Herndon had died. Huh? Pretty sad. I was like, well, I didn't even know there was a jazz critic still in business. Then I was like, well, if the only jazz critic I know of died, who's going to hold jazz accountable? This is going to be some sort of free-flowing type of music where musicians just improvise? Meanwhile, jazz musicians are probably psyched, huh? Their sheriff is dead. Probably like, skiddly, wee wop wow, baby! The witch is dead, we're free! more of a classic rock guy myself. I was raised very religious. Anyone else here raised religious? All right, a few people. Okay, cool. I did a lot of weird things when I was a kid. Being raised, I went to a Protestant church. Had a lot of fun, but there were some strange things that happened. For example, the weirdest thing was called, every Christmas we do this thing called Moments in the Master's Life. Okay? And what that was a live drive-through diorama of scenes from the life of Jesus Christ. Okay? So what would have happened was it was all outdoors in southern Indiana, and everyone from the church, all the members of the church would dress up in like biblical robes, and like you'd start out, and like farmers would donate their like livestock and donkeys and camels. So like you'd start out at like Jesus and Mary going to Bethlehem, and then you'd end with at the Ascension, where there was a doll version of Jesus, and people just worshipped him while a thunder track played, and he said, "It is finished." And there would be like thunder and lightning that would go on. So like as a kid, I loved it. It like always put you in the Christmas mood, and you got to learn about this Jesus guy who everyone was talking about. But as I got older, I started to actually be in the scenes. So like I started off in the Ascension as a kid, and eventually worked my way up. So that when I was 15 years old, I reached my pinnacle, and I got cast as Jesus bearing the cross. Yeah. So I was Jesus bearing the cross, and that was a solo scene. So what that entailed on my part was that I was also like 6'2" and like 230 pounds. So I was like a fat Jesus. So like it had me robing up and going out in the middle of southern Indiana winter with a coat, so I was like Fat Christ. They put the crown of thorns on me and everything. And I had to kneel on the ground with my foot in a bucket while it was snowing, with a 15-foot wooden cross on my back, while the entire town drove through. And so like I was sitting there and I was like, boy, this really sucks. I really hate doing this. And then I was like, Tom, if you think this is bad, think about what Christ went through. So I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty terrible. He died for my sins. He paid the ultimate price. I should pray right now. So like I started praying, and I was like getting in the zone. And then one of my neighbors drove by, and she rolled down the window and she said, "Oh, is that little Tom Fell over there bearing that big old cross?" And I said, "Oh yeah, hey Mrs. Forney, yeah, it's me, just here." And she says, "How's it going, Tom?" And I said, "Well, pretty bad. Just shouldering the sins of mankind." And she said, "Oh, there's that classic Tom Fell sense of humor." And she said, "Hey, you ought to come, it's been a while since we've seen you. You ought to come see little Peter once in a while. Have some dinner." And I said, "Well, Mrs. Forney, I tried, but your son has denied me 3 times. 3 times your son has denied me. 3 times. And she said, "Well, Tom, that's a shame, because I'd love to have you back." And I said, "Oh, Mrs. Forney, I got a pretty good feeling that I'll be back. Right after I get some of this pie in the sky, because second Jesus is taking my shift. Time for me to go back." Oh God, y'all, I had ACL surgery recently, and this is really putting my putting my knee to the test. But it was great. Old young fat Christ. Never forget. I want to do a quick impression for you guys. This is, like I said, I was raised religious, and I want to do a quick impression if you have ever been to youth group. This is every youth pastor I've ever had. And another reason why I have the guitar. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Dilly dilly. Before I do this, give it up for everyone you've seen tonight so far. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. This is every youth pastor I've ever had. All right, boys and girls, you've done such a good job tonight. Today. Now, before we get into this next verse, I want you to close your eyes and bow your heads and really think about what the lyrics mean to you, okay? I want you to really sit in the words. Think about what Christ is doing for you. Okay, so if I can have everyone close their eyes. Hey, Trevor, close your eyes, please. Come on, Trev. Yeah, no, I can pray with my eyes open, okay? That's what they taught me in seminary. They teach you when you're a youth pastor, all right? All right, thanks, Trev. I really appreciate it. All right, here we go. Godhead 3 in 1. Godhead 3 in 1. Father, Spirit, Son. Father, Spirit, Son. Lion and the Lamb. Lion and the Lamb. Lion and the Lamb. All right, guys, that was so good. Now, I just want the guys to sing it, okay? So let's just get the guys, all right? Guys, you ready? And I actually want the guys to sing it. Okay, here we go. Godhead 3 in 1. Here we go. Godhead 3 in 1. Father, Spirit, Son. Father, Spirit, Son. Lion and the Lamb. Lion and the Lamb. Oh, guys, that was so good. Oh, wow, we've got some deep voices out there. Lord's really working on y'all. All right, now let's get to just the ladies. All right, ladies, are you ready? Come on, ladies, I'm going to try and get up there with you. Here we go. Godhead 3 in 1. Godhead 3 in 1. Lion and the Lamb. Lion and the Lamb. Great job, ladies. Wow, we've got some really high voices out there. The Lord really working on y'all. Okay, before we get to the chorus, we're going to do this verse just one more time, but just the lion part, all right? Here we go, just the lion. And I want you to think about what the lion is. The lion, the wrath of Christ. The lion. Great, now I know you guys want to get to the chorus, but we're going to do just the lamb part. And I want you guys to think about what the lamb is to you, okay? So here we go. The lamb, the mercy of Christ. The lamb, the lamb, the lamb. Oh, you guys are doing so good. And I know you want to get to the chorus so bad. And so do I. But you don't deserve the chorus. No, you don't. Just like we don't deserve God's love. But He gives it to us anyway. How awesome is that? Huh? How amazing. And I'm going to give you guys the chorus anyway because I love you guys. So in a way, I am God. And I want you guys to think about that as we hit the chorus. All right, here we go. How great. How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great, how great is our God. Worship me. How great is Pastor Todd. Sing with me, how great is Pastor Todd. And all will see how great, how great. here, just a little experimental. As you guys have probably learned, I've been feeling my comedy is a little generic. I've had a great time here, and I've been very thankful for Stand Up to let me do 30 minutes of whatever I want. But I haven't had much success in the industry. In the comedy industry, and I think it's because they say that you should find your niche, you should find your audience, and I just don't think I've found that yet. So I've been experimenting, I've been experimenting with some stand-up that I think will hit a niche audience, and I want to try it out on you guys. Are you guys cool with that? Yeah! Alright, cool, sweet. Alright, just give me 1 second to get into character. Alright, how we doing tonight, everybody? And I am Chicago's only tank-based comedian. Y'all feeling good? Yeah! Y'all ready to see some tank-based comedy tonight? Yeah! Yo, where my fellas at? Yo, fellas, y'all ever been walking down the street and you see a booty so fine, it's got your head turning like the gun turret on an M4 Sherman? I'm talking. Oh, but for real, y'all. That was the first fully traversing gun turret on a tank. Major development in tank warfare. Yo. Y'all know the difference between a light tank and a heavy tank? What? The heavy tank got married and gave up. Oh, but for real, y'all, it's their tactile mobility and strategic objectives in war. Hell yeah. That David Petraeus out there. All right, y'all. That was 6 hours of research for a 3-minute joke. I hope y'all had a great time tonight. Thank you guys for coming out to see Tom Fell. Give it up for